If you have ever wondered whether you can meet swingers on regular or vanilla dating apps, you are going to want to watch this video. My name is Rosie Kay, and I'm an open relationship coach and swinger lifestyle expert. And over the last 10 years and plus some that I've been involved in the swinger lifestyle, I have met all different types of people through various ways, and some of those ways has been regular or vanilla dating apps. Over on my site, ThisKindaGirl.co.uk, I work to banish the stigma and myths and misconceptions associated with the swinger lifestyle and educate people as to who swingers really are. So if you're curious about regular dating apps, maybe you're on regular dating apps, maybe you're familiar with them, and you're wondering whether you can use those to attract swingers or people in alternative lifestyle to you, then you can. The answer is yes, but there's certain ways that you want to do this because for most people, when they try and attract swingers, it doesn't always land them with the results you want. But after you've watched this video, you will know exactly what you need to do. So, firstly, we're going to talk about some of the limitations that users face on vanilla apps because I think this is something which we are all familiar with. I don't need to tell you the type of audience that dating apps, and I'm talking about the ones such as Tinder, Bumble, things like this, are geared towards essentially. Tinder especially, they are geared towards instant gratification and sometimes can offer quite low investment interactions in that you are going on, a few pictures and just a sentence or a few sentences about somebody. This is fine. I can't hold up my hands and say that I disapprove of these apps or that I haven't used them or I don't like them because, of course, like everybody else, I have used them and I do see what they are there for. They serve a purpose and this is great. But the point I'm trying to make is that users on these apps are probably not accustomed to coming across people who are identifying in different ways in their relationships. Because let's face it, unless you are a heterosexual person looking for a heterosexual person to hook up with or potentially date, you probably are going to be a little bit confused as to why a couple may be posting on there. And also on some vanilla apps, you aren't always given much space to sell yourself successfully, and very often not knowing what to write or how to describe who you are or what you're looking for, it is really difficult. So sadly, many people get this wrong, and their profile doesn't even hint at ethical non-monogamy, swinging, or whatever aspect of the lifestyle appeals. So there's a few of the limitations. I'm not going to go into the other ones because I'm going to include that in my blog article that I've written all about it. But I also talk about how generic profiles are also part of the problem and how we, as humans, we don't want to stand out from the crowd. We want to mix in with everybody else because that's what's deemed as attractive. So, but that one's for the blog article. So how to use vanilla apps to meet swingers. When I'm talking about the word vanilla apps, I'm meaning anything which isn't advertising itself to be for ethical non-monogamy relationships or things such as FetLife and things like that, which are more for, kinky people and people who are into fetish and different types of that lifestyle. So I'm talking about anything which is mainly used by heterosexual people or people looking for monogamy. Even if you're not heterosexual, people are looking for monogamy. That's what I mean by vanilla apps. So first of all, what I always teach people and what I always teach my clients is to cast their nets wide when they are doing any kind of dating. Because the more places that you're active, the more opportunities you will have to meet the right people. Be active on 2 or 3 dating apps. Have a swinger dating profile. on a site, and sure, why not use a swinger dating app? Also, the more we put ourselves out there, the more opportunities we create for ourselves. Plus, the more potential matches we have, the less time we have to dwell on the ones that don't work out. So cast your nets wide. So the first thing we need to do when we're making a profile on a vanilla app is get comfortable going against the grain. So everything you think your profile needs to look like, get rid of those ideas. You don't need them. So when you think of dating profiles, and when you perhaps look through some dating profiles, or you know of people who use them and they kind of post things online, get rid of what you think you know. Get rid of those generic photos, get rid of those generic descriptions, because we're not going to do that. We're going to take a much bolder, braver move. Yes, you can still add the usual hobbies and interests and maybe a career bit if you want to, but the text is where you really need to apply yourself. If a dating app is restricted to X amount of characters, that's fine. You just need to be precise as to what you include. Essentially, you'll create a profile that states what you're looking for or what appeals to you without saying in big capitals, I'm a swinger. So how do we do this? First of all, by using a tagline or headline, essentially a few words that sums you up. Now, if you're not sure what this means, it's something which is going to spark curiosity and interest in your profile, and it's going to draw people to you. I do have some examples of these. I'm going to include one for you now, but if you want more examples, then do please check out the blog article on ThisKindaGirl.co.uk, where there's lots of examples of profiles that I've written, and also taglines and different things that you can include, and also something of a template that you can use as well. So a tagline could be something like lifelong libertine, the social soul of the party, and intellect admirer. So this little sentence essentially sums you up in an appealing manner. So you're telling people that you're kind of committed to being thinking outside the box. You're a bit of a libertine. You've been doing it all your life. You go against the grain. You're a social soul of the party. So you're a very social person. You're what somebody would describe as the life and soul. You're probably quite outgoing. You're probably quite upbeat, and you like to be surrounded by, lots of people in that environment. You thrive in that, and that you admire intellect, because if you're going to have any kind of, ethically non-monogamous interaction, or whatever that is, you're going to have to be able to connect with people and talk to them and find out about them. And the fact that you admire intellect in somebody is quite attractive. So you're not just looking for the physical, you're looking for a little bit more on this. You're wanting to find out a little bit more about people, what they bring to the table, and what they have to share. So now, a standout tagline, it should include a combination of stating what we are interested in, how exciting we found life, or we find life, I should say, and what potential matches can expect by swiping right. So something like that that includes those things is a good way to write one. So with that bit done, what to write with your remaining characters? Again, your bio needs to get straight to the point with who you're looking for and the type of lifestyle you enjoy. Now, this sounds quite abrupt. When people are scrolling through very quickly, they need to be able to kind of get a quick snapshot as to who you are. By saying you are into ENM, which is ethical non-monogamy, chances are you will probably get people swiping on your profile who know what you mean, thus weeding out the time wasters and the folks who aren't looking for that. Because if you put it out there and you're bold with it, then usually only people who know what you mean will swipe on it. And if people swipe on it who don't know what you mean, then very quickly you can kind of say, well, this is me, this is who I am. And you can tell them a little bit more, but chances are it won't go any further, because you realize, or they will realize, that you're not for them. If you don't say what you're into, and then you match with somebody, and then you have a conversation, and then maybe you get on quite well, but you still don't tell them what you're into, chances are when you do tell them, they're going to feel like you are falsely advertised yourself. Be brave, be upfront, and let the kinky fish swim into your net, essentially. Now, over on my site, ThisKindaGirl.co.uk, I've actually made for you some templates and included some examples of bios that I have written. And if you're a profile, you could, if you're a couple, you could make a profile that sounds a little bit like this. Play together, stay together couple, open-minded and playful. She's flirtatious and fun. He is deliciously dominant. Yes, we are a couple. No, we aren't cheating on one another. It's called ethical non-monogamy. And if you know what that means, you might want to swipe right on us. Now, this profile, it's short and sweet. It gets to the point. You're presenting yourself as a couple. You've probably got a picture of yourselves as a couple, and you're telling people the state of your relationship, what type of relationship dynamic you have, and also you're sparking people's curiosity. So that's a short example of a profile that you could create. So quickly, I'm going to touch on what to use for your main picture. I spoke about this recently in some videos. Basically, your profile picture, if you're a couple, it needs to be of you as a couple. If you're a single person, then make sure it is of you alone, not with a female friend, not with a big group of you. You need to be alone. And also, it needs to be something which just demonstrates your passion for something. It could be a hobby or a side to your character. If you enjoy a particular sport, it could be that. If it's a picture of you going to a themed party, it could be that. But make sure it's a positive looking picture, something fun, something exciting, not something which is too formal, not simply a picture of you holding your phone in the bathroom taking a picture, essentially. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to read the blog article where there's a lot more detail, where I talk about these topics a lot deeper and give you those examples, then you can find it on my site, ThisKindaGirl.co.uk. And it's all there for you. And the title of the blog article is Can I Meet Swingers on Regular Dating Apps? I just want to say that from personal experience, I have met people. You can read about those. They are also on the blog site as well, about the experience that I had with them. But yes, it does work essentially if you know how to tailor that profile to get it to meeting the right people. So it's all there. Everything you need to know is in the description for this video below. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.